Okay, today we're here in the city of Buena Park and we're getting ready to build a custom enclosed patio cover for our client's cat. So what we're trying to do is think of some type of a name we can call this thing, and if it's a cat and a patio, we're going to combine them both together and call it a catio. The main thing here is that we already have an existing patio cover and we're going to be enclosing it. We're going to build a wall maybe 2 feet high and enclose it the rest of the way up with some really heavy-duty pet screen, but it's also a solar screen, and that will keep it more comfortable inside of the catio, but it also will not rip or tear when the cat decides to climb up the screens. So instead of me explaining this, why don't we go take a look at it and see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we got our lumber drop off. You can see all of our lumber sitting here. What they're going to do is prime coat all the wood that we're going to be installing, so that all we have to do is once it's up, we can do the finished paint on it afterwards. So all this lumber down here on the ground that you see will actually be primed, all 6 sides. And then after I cut it, we'll prime that cut side, let it dry, and then we'll actually install it. So here's the patio cover that exists already. We're going to be doing, see these 4x4 posts? We're actually going to be doing extra ones in the center to help hold up the end of this patio cover, but also to keep our screen material at a certain distance apart. We ordered 3-foot wide screen because we figured that would be the best way to support this system. So even over here down on the ground, we're going to be putting a piece of pressure treated lumber down on the ground. I will be actually using some what we call is ComfortSeal. ComfortSeal is a material that it's a seal gasket, and it hopefully will help with moisture, air, and water from coming in the bottom of the pressure treated wood and with the contact of the concrete. We'll be doing 2 beads of caulking to kind of make a Z pattern to help seal off the area also once we're done installing it. And I'll show you that process as we get there. But as my workers right now, they're actually priming the pressure treated lumber, and then we'll be cutting and installing those first. And we'll show you the progress once we get to that stage. Okay, so if you look down on the ground, I've got my chalk line set up about 4 inches over from the edge of the concrete. I put a layer of this caulking, this liquid nails, multi-purpose, down on the concrete first. Then I put my ComfortSeal down. All right, so I got a bead on the outside. Now I'm going to put a bead on the top. And what this will do is it'll help seal out moisture and air movement from coming in this bottom plate and ruining our siding that we'll be installing in the future. Remember that we're not really trying to make the whole catio airtight because it's going to be screened. So that defeats the purpose. What I'm trying to defeat is if sprinklers are hosing down this wall that we're going to be building, I don't want water leaking in to the catio and puddling up in here. So I'll finish this bead of caulking, and then I'll install my bottom plate. And when you do your caulking, you got to make sure it's continuous bead. With no gaps. That way it'll stop out. It'll basically seal out from ants and other predators from coming in too. And as you can see, I build up in the corner. So when I stick down my pressure treated board, it actually gets all gooey. And actually I can probably do another bead like right here, because this will all be covered up in the future. So you'll never see it. All right, I'll show you once my board is down how I'm anchoring it to the concrete. And then I'll tie everything in once we get to that stage. Okay, so now I got my bottom plate, which is pressure treated and already primed, so we can just paint it later. But remember, I put my bead of caulking down, and now what I'm doing is holding it to my line that's 4 inches in from the side of that concrete, and I'm going to go ahead and drill some holes down here, like this, right in the center. I'm going to keep it a certain distance away from the wall, because I have another piece of pressure treated wood that needs to go up against here. So we'll just use this little rotor hammer. Okay. Get the dust out of the way. Grab a couple of these 16D galvanized nails, and what you do is 3 of them should work. You're just going to pound them down. Now I could also drill like 1/4 inch holes or 3/8 holes or 1/2 inch holes and put real anchors like this bolt here that you see that holds down this plate. However, this is all going to be covered with siding. No one will ever see this, and it is rock solid. It will hold into place. This is old school way of attaching concrete and wood together. Okay, so I got the pressure treated board down here on the brick, and I got my nail anchors in. And then I left a gap here. This is for our screen door that will be going in. It's a 36-inch screen door opening. And then you can see the other pressure treated board I have down at the bottom. And remember, I stuck that ComfortSeal weather protector. We also got this pressure treated board up here up against this, so we can tie in all of our siding on the inside and the outside properly, and we match it up to the top of this, so everything's gonna be nice and even in here.